And welcome back to the channel, everybody. Here, Lucas Johnson, back with another episode of this Unworthy Show 22 custom franchise. And we continue on. It's still the early stages of this season here. These players are now in their second starts of their year, third starts, maybe their second or their third outings of the season here. And we're going to start with this game between the Mexico City Diablos and the Charlotte Pilots. And I believe this is the Charlotte Pilots home opener here. So this is the first time that you guys have actually seen these Charlotte Pilot home jerseys in game. And, you know, the main green color there with the orange sleeves. They have, you know, white piping there on the sides of those sleeves, white and green piping. I really like these uniforms here that Charlotte, the Pilots have here at home. I think they're probably better than their road jerseys are. And you see the piping down the side as well. The Charlotte text in the front. A green hat with a white bill. And Nestor Cortez Jr. is walking out onto the mound here for Charlotte. And okay, so yeah, he's only had one start yet this season. This is only his second start of the year, but his first start didn't go that great. I mean, 2 walks, 6 strikeouts, but a 2.8 whip because he got up 7 hits in only 4.1 innings. So looking to improve on those numbers for sure. Charlotte goes into this matchup 2-4 on the season. Mexico City comes in 5-3 on the year as Jake Cronenworth leads off in this game. That's a 4-seam fastball that just catches the corner. Charlotte, they won their season opener, but they've kind of struggled a little bit after that. And, you know, they're going to be a team that's going to struggle probably this year. I don't see them being a great team here. They are in the rebuilding stages of their program right now. And their team here in Charlotte, that's a strikeout of Jake Cronenworth there. And you look at the pitch sequence, changed it up on him. Maybe threw 3 different pitches in that 4-pitch sequence. And that circle change was in a really good location down below the knees. So here now is Andrew Benintendi. He's going to hit this slider into center field. Luis Robert is there to make that grab. So first 2 up and first 2 down here for Cortez in the first inning. Here's a look at this lineup for the Diablos. Pretty similar to last year's lineup. You got Andrew Benintendi there batting second. He's only batting 138 right now. And he has Manny Grandal only batting 192. David Bodie only batting 174. JJ Bleday is batting 400 at the moment, though. Tim Anderson batting 310 with 2 homers and 4 RBIs. The offense for Mexico City has kind of gotten off to a slow start this year. I think it's a good offense, though, for sure. There's not a lot of worry for me about this offense performing well. That's a pop-up to first base there, but yeah, it does seem like some of these hitters off to a little bit of a slow start this season for this team. But a big focus is on Jared Eichhoff in this matchup here. And Jared Eichhoff, 7 scoreless innings. The last time he pitched out there, gave up 6 base runners in 7 innings, 4 strikeouts. So he had a great day in his first start of the season here. And he's facing C.J. Abrams. C.J. Abrams only batting 138 so far this year. That's not very good at all. He's going to take that 4-seamer there down the middle. Mexico City 5-3 on the season right now, and I think that Mexico City is one of the better teams roster-wise in the majors this year. I would expect them to play very well this season. They made it to the wild-card game last year, lost to New York, and so they're looking to get right back into the playoff mix here in this season. 2-2 to Abram. This is a curveball at 76 there. Below the knee is an inside. That's a beautiful pitch. Perfect 2-strike location here by Eichhoff. It starts middle of the zone and it just drops down to a unhittable spot. I mean, you're not getting contact with that pitch. So 1 out now in the inning for Adam Frazier, who he's going to get actually punked by this pitch here. Frazier batting 292 going into that at-bat. He gets hit with the pitch, though, and now it's Luis Robert, and he's going to swing through a fastball there. Luis Robert, 280 average, 788 OPS so far. A homer, 2 RBIs for him. He's got a runner on here at this point in the inning now. And here's the next pitch from Eichhoff to him. And it's a curveball driven into the outfield that falls in front of the right fielder. I believe that's JJ Bleday out there on right. So now there's 2 men on. Manuel Margot is at the plate now. Does he go? He did not. So, wow, okay, that's a close call there. The count is now full on Manuel Margot here, but he's going to take a two-seamer at the corner for strike 3. This was a brilliant pitch by Alcantara. Look at that, right on the edge, and he gets the benefit of the doubt from the umpire to get a huge strikeout. 2 down in the inning now for Trevor Larnach. 261 average for him, 2 homers and 6 RBIs so far through 6 games for him. Big RBI opportunity already here, and he's going to fly this one very shallow left field, and the left fielder is there, makes the catch. That's Benintendi, I believe, out there to left, and I think it is, and he makes that grab, ends the inning, and both teams go scoreless here in this first inning. So now on the top of the second, here's Yasmani Grandal. 3 homers and 7 RBI, or 2 homers and 7 RBIs. That OPS is not bad, but he's not getting him on base a lot. His average is very low at the moment. He's going to swing and miss at that pitch for a strikeout, and that's the first out of the second inning for Cortez. Well, here now is David Bodie. Looks at a slider there at his knees. A 174 average for him, only a 564 OPS, so kind of a slow start for him this season so far. 1-2 pitch to Bodie here, and that's a ground ball underneath the glove of Harrison at first base and into the outfield. That's going to be a hit. A single for David Bodie. First baseman couldn't handle it. First hit of the game for Mexico City now with Josh Bell at the plate here. He fouls that changeup off. A good pitch there, location-wise, at the knees. Josh Bell batting .222 in this at-bat right here. And Cortez looking at first base, checking it there. 1-2 pitch is a four-seam fastball at the top of the zone for strike 3. Got him looking. Nice pitch there. Now Mike Moustakas is at the plate. Mike Moustakas is going to swing and drive this ball into the gap. It's down and off the wall here in the outfield. And rounding third is the runner. Coming home and scoring is David Bodie as the throw is offline. And a double for Mike Moustakas. And an RBI. Mexico City on the scoreboard first in this game. Third double of the season for Moustakas. Getting up there in age. He's 35, 36 years old now at this point in his career. But still looking to be a productive member of this team here and of this lineup. And now it's J.J. Bleday, who's off to a really hard start this year, batting .400. Going into that at-bat, he grounds it over to short. And that'll end the inning. But Mike Moustakas, though, with a big swing, a big drive, and a big RBI. Almost a home run. I mean, it got pretty darn close there, as you see it bouncing off of the top of the wall in the outfield. Here's KJ Harrison, 391 average, 5 homers, and 8 RBIs. That OPS there sitting at 1.4 for him in 6 games. His first 6 games of his season here as a rookie have been quite impressive and really, really awesome. We saw him hit a home run on opening day. We saw him hit 2 home runs in like the second or third game of the season. He's been off to a really hot start here, but Eichhoff through this inning has been pitching really well. Got the first couple outs of the inning, and is now going to get is now going to get Jordan Lawler to fly out to right field and to South Frelick. So that'll not South Frelick. That's a J.J. Bleday out there on right. That'll end the inning, and we go to the top of the third. 1-2-3 for Jared Eichhoff. Here's South Frelick batting .348 to begin this season for him here, and he's going to ground that one back up the middle, threw it in his center for another hit, raising that average to about 400 probably now after that swing, and that's what South Frelick you expect him to do. He's not going to be a huge power guy. He's not going to hit a lot of homers this year, but, you know, we'll see what he can do. First year really starting for him. Now Jake Cronenworth, who takes a slider at the knees for strike 3 called. 4th strikeout for Cortez, and that's his 3rd strikeout that he's got looking in this game. Some perfect locations right now, and that was a perfect spot for that pitch. That's another base hit around second and going to third and getting there safely is Sal Frelick. Man, that was a close play right there, but Andrew Benintendi gets a single. Now men on the corners, as that's a swing and a miss by Tim Anderson here. And he is 3-10 in his last few games of this season here for 7 games of the year. Tim Anderson, the 1-2 pitch to him. It's a changeup swing and a miss. That's strike 3. And that is number 5 already for Cortez. I believe that's number 6. Number 6 already for Nestor Cortez, who is getting most of, he's getting strikeouts for most of his outs. It's just not been consistent. He's allowing a lot of hits in between his outs right now. And here is Yasmani Grandal. Grandal's going to swing, crush this ball deep into right field. At the wall is Margot, and that ball is gone! Yasmani Grandal with the home run! His 3rd of the year, a 3-run shot, and it is 4-0 Mexico City. Diablo's off to a hard start, and they get one over the wall. Yasmani Grandal not there with the average. He had 50-plus homers last year. Set the record for catchers in terms of home runs for a catcher in a season. And looking to continue that this year. A slower start than last year, but that was a huge swing. And the inning is still going here as David Bodie got on base again. Now another double extra base hit down the line for Josh Bell. And, Nestor Cortez, man, a lot of base runners here. He's already at 57 pitches now. That was a dangerous off-speed pitch there, high in the zone. Matthew Thompson and Cole Winn already warming in this bullpen for Charlotte right now. And that 2-1 is off the plate to Mike Moustakas. So J.J. Bleday with a 381 average is sitting on deck here in this game at this point. 3-1 to Moustakas now is a cutter that just misses, apparently on the inside corner. That was a pretty close pitch, but when you haven't pitched very well like Nestor has, you don't get the benefit of the doubt on those kind of calls very often. So now bases are loaded. What can J.J. Bleday do here? A chance to blow this game wide open. 0-2 pitch. That is a strike 3. Call at the top of the zone. Well, actually, I think the umpire said that he went around on that, and that was a swing for the strikeout. So that will end the inning, and I actually believe that was a strikeout. He got 3 strikeouts in that inning, did Cortez, but allowed a few hits there, a lot of base runners, and a big 3-run homer by Yasmani Grandal.
The catcher.
So now bottom of the 3rd, and Jared Eichhoff has got a cushion now, a 4-run lead for him in this game. As that's a ground ball by Nottingham. He's going to ground it over to Tim Anderson there at shortstop, but Anderson is going to throw Josh Bell off the bag. That's going to be an error for him. Not sure why. Rushed the throw maybe a little bit here on this one because this was a pretty easy ball for him to get down and collect. But yeah, the throw was just offline there. So man on first here. That's an unearned runner. If you're Charlotte, you want to have him come around, and now more trouble brewing in this 3rd inning. That's a walk to C.J. Abrams. Now 2 on, 1 out. Best RBI opportunity in this game, and it's Luis Rivera, and he's popping it up in the infield. So he's out automatically. Infield fly rule in effect there. And that's a huge second out. Now Manuel Margot has got to come up with a hit here in this situation. It's a line drive, but it is right to Benintendi and left to end the inning. And that is pretty brutal for Mexico or Charlotte. They do not score at all in the in the bottom of the 3rd. That's a swing and a miss and a strikeout. Sal Frelick gets struck out there on that pitch, and Cortez has 8 strikeouts now in this game. He just has allowed way too many base runners so far tonight, and one big costly mistake to this team's best power hitter. And that's another swing and a miss, and Cronenworth down on strikes again. I think that's his 3rd strikeout of the game, as that was just a filthy pitch here inside and pretty low. Wow, that's an ugly swing from this team's leadoff hitter. No chance there in that one. Also, here's Andy Benintendi now, and he's going to somehow reach out and poke that four-seam fastball into fair territory. I don't know how he even hit that, but it was just a slow dribble right back to Cortez. So that's a good 1-2-3 inning there. But, you know, needed a lot more innings like that, and while KJ Harrison way out in front of that pitch right there. Don't know why he was swinging at that one so early. And now he's going to swing and miss late at a four-seam fastball there, high in the zone. So that's the fourth strikeout of the game for Eichhoff. There's Trey Sweeney at the plate, and Sweeney's going to swing and crush this ball deep to right field. Blade looks up and watches it go. Gone. Trey Sweeney, his first homer in the majors. 6 games into his career, Paul Sweeney has left the yard for the first time. Huge moment for the rookie here this season, and Charlotte is on the board in the 4th inning, 4-1 the score. And, I mean, that one was a no-doubter. Miss in location by Eichhoff, and a ball absolutely crushed into right field there. Now he's going on to the bench, and the bench is giving him the silent treatment. Now they're all up in arms and celebrating him right there. Big accomplishment and big step milestone reach there for the rookie Trey Sweeney. Well, Charlotte, I mean, that's the only good thing they've got going in this point in this game. Another ugly swing here, this time from Jordan Waller way early on that pitch. Now 1-2 to him, and it's a slider! Top of the zone for strike 3. Waller, yeah, he has to admit and agree on that pitch. That'll end the inning. Does give up there. Eichhoff does give up a run on this Trey Sweeney home run. End of the 4th, but Diablo's still up by 3. So we're in the top of the 5th inning here, and Nestor Cortez Jr. trying to finish off 5 innings in this game right now. David Bodie is up 1 for 1 on the game. And a walk as well, and that's a changeup. Swing and a miss for David Bodie. Back-to-back 1-2-3 innings from Nestor Cortez, and he's going to finish the night with 10 strikeouts in 5 innings. So, yeah, I mean, again, besides the big home run that he gave up to Grandal and the kind of the messy and rough inning that was in the 3rd inning, I believe that was the 3rd inning for him, he pitched pretty decently well in this one tonight. And now C.J. Abrams is going to swing and miss at that slider there down low. And, I mean, what we've seen from C.J. Abrams this year is a lot of swings like that. I mean, that's what I've kind of noticed is he's just not... He's swinging at those bad pitches there in the zone. I mean, this is a brilliant... I mean, what are you going to do with those 2 pitches from Jared Eichhoff there? But, yeah, you got to lay off those pitches right there at 0-2. You can't be swinging at those. There's just nothing good that's going to come out of a swing at that kind of a pitch right there. But we've seen it, C.J. Abrams over and over again swing at those type of pitches, though, this season so far. So 6 strikeouts for Eichhoff now, and Matthew Thompson, 8.1 innings for him, basically a 9 ERA, 8.64 right there for him. So far, he has not been that effective in this season. You know, rookie last year when he debuted in the majors for Charlotte and is trying to be his first season full-time as a professional up here in the Migs. As a one relief pitcher, he gives up a base hit to start the inning, and now it's gone from bad to worse. He's going to walk Mike Moustakas now to set up 2 men on and nobody out. And you really, if you're Charlotte, you cannot afford to make this lead grow any bigger than it already is. There's a fly ball, and it's caught by Margot in right field. Tagging, though, from second base, going to third, is the runner there. And now there's a man on the corners. Right on the corner is here for Sal Frelick, who is coming to the dish now. 1 for 2 with a base hit earlier in the game, and he's now going to fly this one into the outfield here. This is caught by the left fielder, but a tag from the runner, and Josh Bell is going to get in safely. It's in without a throw to the plate, and Mexico City goes back up by 4, 5-1. Here's Jake Cronenworth, 0 for 3 with at least a couple of strikeouts. I'm pretty sure he's had 3 strikeouts tonight. Not a good day for him at the plate. And it's not going to get much better here. He's going to ground it over to third base to end the inning. So, man, Charlotte needs to do something here on offense. Their offense has been stale and hasn't gotten anything done really in this game here. You got 3, 4, 5 in the bottom of the 6th coming up. Eichhoff still continuing to pitch. 70th pitch of the game. That's going to be a base hit. Only the 3rd hit of the game for Charlotte. Don't mind that freeze right there on the screen. I was just checking how long the recording was, and it froze the game. But trying to steal second base now is Margot, and I mean, that's not even close. Not a good jump. Wow, that was a really terrible jump there by Manuel Margot, and it made the out at second base super easy for Tim Anderson there. So, the base runner is wiped away, and now it's a 1-2 pitch to Larnick, and Larnick's too late on that four-seamer. Eichhoff gets him to swing and miss, and gets another strikeout. Number 7, I believe, on the day for Eichhoff. 6 brilliant innings for him tonight. Now, 3-2, 2 Yasmani Grandal, and that's a change up there, down low for Bowl 4, and 4 walks for Thompson going into this outing. He's now got 2 more in this appearance here. And here now is David Bodie. So he's 1 for 2, having a much better game for him than what he's done this season. He's now going to drive this ball into left field as the outfielders are at the wall, and it's gone! David Bodie, have yourself a game! That's his 2nd long ball of the year. And the 2nd multi-run homer in this game for Mexico City. The lead is extended 7-1. And yeah, that's a 4-seamer there. Way too much of the plate. Right in David Bodie's wheelhouse. And he gets it there right just to the right of the seats out there in the outfield and left. So going back to the bullpen, bringing out another pitcher who's really struggled this year. Man, Cole Winn. 750 average against lefties right now. That's rough. I mean, I get it. It's a 6-run game, but man, Charlotte's bullpen this season, I don't know. We're just seeing 2 guys from their bullpen here, but those bullpen numbers for them, I don't know how good they are, but man, those 2 guys as long relievers are not doing their jobs for them right now. And yeah, at this point, this game pretty much out of reach. I mean, Eichhoff has pitched unbelievably. 6 runs here and 5 outs that they got left now. Seems pretty far-fetched. Actually, 7 outs now. Great play. Great stop by Josh Bell at first base. My goodness, that was really a nice play right here. As, you know, sliding and just stopping in with his backhand. You know, the bottom of the 8th, Eichhoff still on the mound in a 6-run game. Gonna keep him pitching for a little while here. He's gonna give up a base hit through the hole and past a diving Tim Anderson. And now you're looking at guys warming up in this bullpen for Mexico City. Maybe going to the bullpen here in a little bit. But that's a curveball swung on and missed. And again, that's C.J. Abrams swinging at an awful pitch. I mean, I don't know, man. I like C.J. Abrams' stats going into this season. I think they're not all that terrible. But, man, he's continuing to swing at pitches like that. Not a good sign for him. That's a fly ball by Margot. And no trouble there in the outfield for Sal Frelick, this team center fielder, to track that one down. So, end of the 8th inning, and this game definitely seems out of reach. And Jared Eichhoff, man, he's going to try and maybe go for a complete game shutout. Here, Yasmani Grandal is going to add to the lead just for extra measure here. He's going to hit another long ball, 2nd home run of the game against Cole Winn there in the quick manage. And they don't have Jared Eichhoff throw the last inning and try to get a complete game, but they bring out Aaron Loop, who has only got 1.1 innings so far this season. Didn't go very well for him, it seems, but yeah, I mean, super small sample, so I think this is a good choice here to bring out somebody that hasn't pitched much this year out onto the mound, and that's a swing and a miss by Trey Sweeney, who's really the only guy to do anything super productive on the offense for Charlotte all game long today. So now, 2 outs in the inning, 2 strikes on the hitter. Jordan Waller is going to swing and miss at a sinker. And, man, Charlotte's offense just did not do anything tonight. Basically, the only good highlights of this game for them was the home run by Trey Sweeney. That was it for them in this one, and they fall again here. They are now 2-5 on the year, and I think they're on a couple game losing streak right now. 6-3 this year for Mexico City. They improved there, so the home opener for Charlotte, the Pilots here, did not go their way today in this one. But yeah, we saw home runs from Yasmani Grandal and David Bodie, who also had an RBI double. There's the only Charlotte highlight of the afternoon there, that home run by Sweeney. And, I mean, Nestor Cortez really struggled to get outs effectively and efficiently, but he did get a lot of strikeouts. He got 10 of them in his start, but he does get handed with a loss. And, okay, actually, so I guess Charlotte must have won the first game of this set between these teams, because the series is now tied at a game apiece. But as Money Grandal gets the player of the game, you could have given it to David Bodie as well. But you look at Charlotte here, and you know the offenses, the averages have gone a lot down from what we saw in the beginning of the season. There, C.J. Abrams is only batting 125. That's kind of a rough situation. We'll have to monitor how he does, and maybe have to call him down if he continued to struggle like he is right now. 0-4 was K.J. Harrison to Trey Sweeney, still hitting well, batting 348. Got a home run today, but you know it was only him, Nottingham, and Margot and Robert that got a hit in this one for Charlotte tonight. And Nestor Cortez Jr., oh, actually, he only had 9 strikeouts. Okay, I miscounted. But either way, only 5 innings for him. 6 hits, 2 walks, so, 8 base runners in that time span and 4 runs. So not an amazing start for him. Matthew Thompson gave up 3 runs in 1.2 innings. And then Cole Winn gave up a run in 1.2 innings. Luis Avalon came out there and got the last 2 outs for Charlotte. In Mexico City, there are offense here, and it was pretty effective. I guess, yeah, Yasmani Grandal did have 2 home runs, so that's why they gave it to him. But 3 strikeouts for Cronenworth leading off today, though. And anybody attending, you might have to move him out of that number 2 role in the lineup. He's struggling right now this season. But Grandal, 2 for 4, 2 home runs, 4 RBIs. David Bodie, 3 for 2, 2 runs scored, 2 RBIs, and a couple of walks for him. Really good day for David Bodie today. Josh Bell was 2 for 4 with a run scored. Mike Moustakas, 1 for 3 with an RBI. Jason Boudet, 1 for 4. And Sal Frelick also had a hit as well. And a sacrifice fly. So we look at the pitching. Jared Eichhoff, 0.6 ERA. That's 1 run so far in his first 15 innings of work this year. 8 innings, 4 hits, 1 walk, and 7 strikeouts allowed. Yeah, Eichhoff has had a fantastic start to his season here. But speaking of fantastic starts to a season, we're going to go to Sandy Alcantara, and what he is doing right now is absolutely insane. 26.2 innings, and he has not given up a run yet this season. This is some of the best, this is one of the best starts that I've actually ever seen a pitcher get up to in the first, 3 starts of the year. This has been crazy for him. 26.2 innings, 19 hits allowed, 3 walks. That's it. 25 strikeouts, no runs allowed. He has been incredible this season, and we're going to go and we're going to highlight and showcase him here in this game. And pitcher lock for him, really, that's what we're going to doing in this game right now, is the Winnipeg Wizards, a 9-7 start to their year, go and play the 7-7 Toronto Firebirds. So in this series, I don't know how many games has happened in this series, but the Firebirds offense, 257 batting average, 8 runs given up by their pitching staff, and I guess there's 2 games that have been played in this series, and the Firebirds have won the first 2 there in this series. So a 9-8 game the last time. That one was looked like a really close one there and an exciting finish maybe. But here's Miles Straw to lead off for Toronto, who, 500 start for them. This is obviously a monster year for this team with Shohei Ohtani being a free agent going into the offseason. And again, I don't know why the game has kind of done this like glitch where Shohei is not in the lineup, in that lineup there. You got to see really quickly But yeah, Shohei Ohtani, whenever I go into a game to actually play with Toronto, unless Shohei Ohtani is pitching, he's not actually in the lineup. And I think I might have done something with the lineups like last year to where I kind of messed that up. When I simulate, though, Shohei is in the lineup. So, I mean, he's still getting a lot of at-bats. He's still getting all the stats he needs. We got a quick manage here, a single. And Willie Castro is going to launch a 2-run homer right there. So a lead already to Alcantara. But yeah, an 860 OPS, 2 home runs, 7 RBIs for Jesse Winker. That's pretty good there. But yeah, when I simulate Shohei Ohtani, he's in the lineup. He's getting all the at-bats that he needs. But whenever I go into a game, unless he's starting, he's not in the lineup. So I don't really know why that is the case. It's really annoying and frustrating there. And hopefully, you know, when he re-signs a contract and potentially goes to a different team in the offseason, that won't be an issue, and that will kind of reset, and he can be in the lineup all the time, and I can show you guys him, you know, batting when he's not pitching. But that's a strikeout for Alcantara, and so far, allowing a little tapper right in front of the plate for the second out of the second inning. So far, Alcantara's start here has been going pretty well. But yeah, this is a big year for Toronto. They really, I think, you know, Toronto doesn't make the playoffs. There is really no reason for Shohei Ohtani to stay with this team going into next year. So, I mean, this is the season. This is the pitch, basically, to have Shohei Ohtani come back to your team when this year is over with, because I'm not going to give him an extension in this season, and yeah, I don't think he's going to be on this team next year unless Toronto makes a playoff run. So, big season for them, suffice it to say, but here he is now. That's a swing and a drive and a base hit by Victor Reyes. Right there in his straightaway center field in the bottom of the third inning, and Winnipeg has gotten up to a 3-0 start in this one. First hit of the game allowed by Alcantara. And now he's into Rosario. First pitch to him is a stolen base attempt, and that's an out. Wow, despite the throw coming in high to Willie Castro, Victor Reyes is thrown out at second base. I mean, that's kind of crazy. I guess not a good jump, not a great jump. That was a really close play at second base, actually. And, I mean, I noticed that they never try to, you know, the CPU never tries to challenge plays at the plate at second base like that. I don't know if he actually was out on that play, because that was very close. But that's a swing and a miss for Christian Walker, way too early on that pitch there. Batting 200 so far this year, and he's going to ground it over to second base. Willie Adames is up with it, and he throws it to first base to get the out there. So, end of the third inning. One hit for Toronto, and nothing else going on for them offensively. So, we're back to the quick managing situation here. And a couple of hits in a row, or an error and a hit. Sets up first and third, one man out, and that's a sacrifice fly for Willie Adames. And the lead extended even further. Winnipeg up 4-0 now. Miles Straw, fly ball to Magnum out in center field, and he's going to make that catch out there. And Santa racing back to make the grab, one down in the fourth inning. And Santa Alcantara's only out 36 pitches here, as there's 2 down now in this fourth inning. And that's a swing and a miss. Ball in the dirt, and a fantastic pitch right there by Alcantara. Only his second strikeout of the game, but still has been absolutely brilliant through 4 innings. So we're in the 5th inning now already, and Alcantara just getting over 40 pitches now. He's staying way ahead of schedule in terms of pitch count here, and going around is Pete Alonso on that pitch. And my goodness, that was a bad swing by Pete Alonso right there on a pitch way inside. So there's another strikeout as 2 down in the 5th inning. Heimer Candelario is up now, and he's going to pop it up in the infield over to first base. And making the catch. Ooh, a little bit dangerous there. A little bit of an expedition for Miguel Sano out there at first base. And he makes the catch to end the 5th. And still only 1 hit all night by Toronto. This start has gone by super quickly. There's another home run here Toronto, I mean, the lead keeps getting extended by Winnipeg at this point here in this game. And 37.2 scoreless innings for Alcantara. Only had 47 pitches here as we begin the 6th. And here's Victor Reyes, the only guy to get a hit on this team for Toronto. And he's going to get another one here. That ball is driven into left for Tommy Pham to pick up and throw back into the infield here. So, okay, I guess Victor Reyes is the only guy on this team that can actually hit Sandy Alcantara in this start. I guess so. That's a good swing and a good ball where nobody was out there. Alright, here's Eddie Rosario. Ground ball. Castro's up with it. He's going to take it himself and only gets one out. Should have thrown it to second base there and maybe got a double play out of that, but gets the lead runner at least. One down in the inning. Here's Christian Vasquez. He's going to ground it over to Flores, who picks it up and is going to have to act quickly, throwing it to first base and still somehow getting the out. Wow, I don't know why the animation there was a little weird. He didn't throw it to first base right away. I mean, Christian Walker, man, I'm kind of surprised he didn't let that one out for a hit there. But now 2 down in the inning. Miles Straw, you got a big runner in scoring position. First time that a runner has gotten this far for Toronto tonight against Alcantara. And that's a slider. That's a strike there on the inside corner. I mean, how Sandy's pitching, you got to take advantage of a pitcher like that. And now he's going to look again at a strike. Sinker at the knees for strike 3. 4th K for Alcantara. 6 2-hit scoreless innings in this start. And I don't know how many complete games he's actually thrown this year. 3 starts. I mean, you know, we're looking at 18, 27. We're looking at, 27 innings is how many innings it takes to get through 3 starts in the season. So he's already thrown 2 shutouts this year and was an out away, apparently, from throwing a 3rd shutout this season. So, yeah, he's done it twice already this year before. That's a hit by somebody not named Victor Reyes right there. Now Will Myers coming off of the bench here for Toronto. Fly ball into left field for Sano to track that down. And Sano is actually not the first baseman. I thought he was on this team. I definitely said that he was, but he's actually in right. So 1 down in the inning after that fly out. Now here's Luis Garcia. And that's a ground ball. Wilmer Flores is this team's first baseman. And now that's an easy, tailor-made double play, grounding to the first baseman to start it for the out and the end of the inning. Wow, end of the 7th inning. And this has been another efficient and really awesome start for Sandy Alcantara today. 67 pitches is all that he's thrown. He can easily go the distance in this one without even really getting all that tired. So 2-0 to Alonso here. That's a slider. Misses for ball 3. He hasn't walked anybody yet today. And, has allowed 3 base runners tonight. But now a 3-0 here to Pete Alonso. And that slider misses, apparently. At the low part of the zone. That one was really close, but umpire doesn't call it. And now there's a man on first base. So here's Hammer Candelario with Pete Alonso at first. Gotta take advantage of these base runners when they're on. I mean, you're down 6-0 at this point in the game. As that's a ball there on the corner for strike 2. And benefit of the doubt there, the umpire gave that strike to him. Not really, maybe not in the zone. But then, Candelario looks at a slider that was pretty much right down the middle for strike 3. And Alcantara has got his 5th strikeout of the game. And, yeah, I guess kind of phased him out there. Threw the sinker outside of the zone that got called a strike. Threw the slider there. In this game, with how Alcantara's pitching, again, I see it again, you have to hit that pitch. And now a ground ball to second base, and another double play. 2nd straight inning-ending double play for Sandy Alcantara, who's now only 3 outs away from another shutout. This would be insane. This would be his 3rd shutout of the season already for him. And this would be 35.2 scoreless innings to begin the year. Fly ball to center field. That's out number 1. here in the 9th, and he's only at 77 pitches right now. So you're looking at an eephus in very much high consideration right now, as the first pitch of this at-bat to this hitter here is going to be a ground out to third base. That's out number 2 in the 9th inning. I mean, can he get a shutout at under 80 pitches? That would be absolutely insane. And now it's Miles Straw. He's leading off here. Oh, he's out. He's up here with 2 out in the 9th inning. And that's a fly ball. It's into center field. Jake Magnum is there, and he makes the catch to end the game. Sandy Alcantara throws a complete game shutout at under 80 pitches. That's his 3rd complete game shutout of the season this year already. And his 35.2 scoreless innings in his first 4 starts of the season. That's unbelievable. He's almost thrown 4 complete game shutouts in his first 4 starts of the year. He's only an out away from doing that this season. And I have not seen a start to a season like this before, ever. Wow, 4-0 for Alcantara. Only gave up 3 hits and a walk in this game. That is an insane start for him. And got 5 strikeouts as well today. But that's ridiculous. And I know the longest, I looked this up before I recorded, but the longest scoreless inning streak was like 58 innings. Oh shoot, I just had his name in my mind, and now for some reason I blinked on it. Oh gosh, it's the guy who has the most strikeouts in the history of baseball, and for some reason I'm not remembering his name. It's somebody pretty famous, I think. Maybe it might not be the guy that got the most strikeouts ever, but either way, it's a guy that, like, if I said his name, remember, you guys would know who I'm talking about. But yeah, anyway, I don't know what the longest scoreless inning streak to start a season is. I tried to find that information out, and I wasn't able to find anything out about that. But, I mean, it's probably not very many times, you know, it's not very likely that we've seen this happen a lot where 4 starts into your season, you've thrown 3 complete game shutouts, almost 4, and you've thrown this many scoreless innings to start a year. I don't know if it's really ever happened in the majors in its history. So what Sandy Alcantara is doing right now is really crazy and pretty historic. As you look at the pitching for Toronto, and it just wasn't really great today in this start. I mean, they got 6 runs in this game, but 10-7 record now for Winnipeg. But after that start here and after that game, we go into this situation, and we got a big injury update here as we simulate another day in Steven Strasburg, who I know in real life is like not really even playing anymore because of his injury issues. He's not, you know, he is still playing and he's still pitching in real life, or not, excuse me, in this game in real life he's not really anymore. But he just suffered a season-ending injury for the Vandals, who are sitting right now at 10-6, and that is a big blow to Vancouver here, who, you know, Strasburg is a pretty good ace for them. Their pitching staff is not very deep, I don't think, right now, and now Ian Anderson is going to have to be their ace for the rest of the year. Taijuan Walker is now going to move into the number 5 starting pitcher role here for them at this point in the season. And they have an open roster spot here and an open spot in this bullpen. And so we're going to go to the bullpen and we're going to look at Darlington Hernandez. He's in AAA right now. Super low walk per 9. And that does limit, I think, how good he can truly be. And he wasn't amazing last year in this team's bullpen. But we are going to call him up here. And we're going to move Tyler Alexander to a long relief role for the rest of the year, or at least for the time being right now. Seth Lugo, 9.1 scoreless innings. It's pretty good for him. But yeah, Steven Strasburg at 34 years old, that's a massive injury for him, and his contract is really ridiculous. I mean, look at his last 4 years, only 20 innings. He only threw 21 innings 2 years ago, only 5 innings a year before that. So, yeah, injuries for him definitely have really not helped and have really hurt him. And they hurt him again here in this season. And I didn't actually show you this injury, but Kevin Kiermaier got hurt for a really long time, for like 2 or 3 months. He got hurt for. And so we're in the Chicago Blue Sox team here, and we got to add some. We got to take somebody off of the 40-man roster. We got to call somebody else up, and we're going to call up Johanski Noel, plays for the Cleveland Indians in real life. Had a pretty awesome walk-off home run in the postseason. In real life, we're calling him up to the Major League team. He has potential in this game, and so he's going to be on the bench for Chicago here. And an 8-0 shutout win for Clayton Kershaw here against San Diego. Another shutout here. Richmond absolutely destroying Colorado. They're out to an 11-7 start this year. And Jose Miranda, 3 for 5, 3 RBIs, another home run for him. Or maybe that's actually his first home run. That's his first Major League home run right there. But he had a ton of extra base hits early on. We highlighted him and showcased him, player locked a game with him earlier this season. And he had a really, he's having a really good start to the year. He's getting on base a ton, getting a lot of extra base hits right now. And Toronto shuts out Mexico City here in this start. Toronto only gives up 3 hits all night in this one. And it was Shohei Ohtani throwing a complete game shutout here, only gave up 3 hits. And we simulated another day, and Kevin Kiermaier just got hurt, and now this one an even bigger update and an injury to an outfielder for the Chicago Blue Sox. Connor Joe dislocates his ankle and is out for over 6 months. So, wow, Connor Joe is done for the year for Chicago. And all of a sudden, they don't have any outfielders on this team, basically. That's not good for them. Now, what are they going to have to do? What are their solution now? Here is a look at their lineup. I mean, they don't have anybody else. They have Jake Cave sitting on their bench right now. But, Jake Cave, I mean, he's only 70 overall. I don't mind. I wouldn't mind, I guess, putting him in the batting order. But, yeah, their outfield situation is not good. So, 2 to 3 months, Kevin Kiermaier is on the injured list now. And Connor Joe is simply done for the rest of the year. And that got me thinking here, with 25 out of 26 guys, they need to call up an outfielder. They got me thinking to call up Jason Dominguez here. And, we kind of know the story about him. He is a top prospect, or was a top prospect. I think he might still be a prospect. Technically, I don't think he's played as many enough games to be considered not a rookie. Although he might have played a little bit last year for New York. But, guy, top prospect for the New York Yankees in real life. And in this franchise, he was traded in this past offseason from New York to Chicago in a deal that sent Jose Ramirez over to the Honey Badgers. And you look at his stats here, great defense, 51 and 61 contact ratings. At only 20 years old, the hope and the expectation for me with him was that he was going to play this entire year at AAA and then next season take over and be a starter in the outfield for Chicago. That's kind of how I wanted to do it. But injuries have forced our hand right now, and we're going to have to make some changes on this team, and we're going to bring up Jason Dominguez now. So Jason Dominguez making his Major League debut here tonight, and he's going to be at the majors at least for the next couple of months until Kevin Kiermaier can come back off the injured list. And you look at the top prospect, he's number 24 in the MLB, and the Chicago farm system is pretty deep. You got Luis Pujols there at number 13 in the MLB, Homer Santos at number 12 in the MLB, Carlos Morales and Asa Lacy's in the top 100, Martin Ramirez, Edo Nick Castillo, Travis Swaggerty, Gabriel Marcel, and I can't remember the name of the last guy there on that list, but I like Chicago's farm system. I think it's one of the better ones in baseball here, and they added to that with getting Jason Dominguez here. And Jason Dominguez is going to be a fixture of the Chicago outfield for the foreseeable future, and part of what Chicago hopes to be building a core here on their team right now. And he flies out on his first Major League at bat here, but he's up again against Joey Lucchesi in the top of the 4th inning. And he's going to swing at that two-seam fastball. He gets it off of Lucchese, and it's going to be a ground out. And that's out number 3 in that inning. And yeah, probably should not have swung at that. That was not a pitch that was really in the strike zone there. But now we're already in the 7th inning because this game has gone by super quickly. And, I mean, only a 1-0 game so far. 0 for 2. Jason Dominguez batting 8th for Chicago here. And he's going to take a two-seamer, though, below the knees. Good count for Dominguez here. Ahead 2-0 in this count now. Here's a pitch to him, and Dominguez swings and crushes this ball deep to right field. There it goes! Homer number 1 for Jason Dominguez. Hit number 1 for him in his Major League career. The 20-year-old phenom prospect makes his mark in his Major League debut. Tie game in the 7th. 1-all. Wow, what a big swing for the rookie. And that is a huge home run right there. Into the rocks out there in right field. Big time swing. And just like Trey Sweeney got the silent treatment, Jason Dominguez is also going to get it from his teammates and his bench as they come over to congratulate him. And, wow, I mean, this is, you know, again, not the situation that we expected. This young guy, this young rookie is making a bigger impact much earlier than anybody could have predicted. As that was a home run by Ronald Acuna Jr. there. So St. Louis is up 2-1 now in the top of the 8th. Some big and important at-bats for Jason Dominguez in this game. He's up now here in the 8th inning. And now he's going to swing and crush this ball into deep left field. And he's got another home run! Oh my goodness, Jason Dominguez! He's got ice in his veins! 3-run go-ahead homer, and it's 4-2 Chicago! A home run to right and then a homer to left. Hitting to both sides of the field, and all 4 runs are his in this game. The Blue Sox are ahead 4-2 in the 8th. And how about that for your debut? I mean, if he can make this kind of an impact, he's showing he's ready for the major leagues. Wow, a guy so young at like that, 20 years old. I mean, not a lot of 20-year-olds can hit 2 home runs in the same game in their opening debut like that. And in those kind of situations, too, with the score as at that point and what it was. Wow. So now it's up to this bullpen for the Blue Sox to hold on to a win that Jason Dominguez is going to be able to claim is really part of his offense here. That's going to be a ball that bounces right to the side of him, though, and that's going to be a double, and ground rule double for Elias Diaz here in this swing. As, yeah, maybe if I took a better route to that baseball, I might have been able to actually get there. But now with 2 men on here, and luckily no runs come of that double, that extra base hit. So Devin Williams trying to shut the door, and he does in the top of the 9th inning. That'll lap it up, and that'll end the frame. And Chicago wins it here on the road in Salt Lake, who was kind of falling off. They were 6-1 earlier this year in the last episode. Well, earlier, a couple of episodes ago. In this franchise. No, we did look at the Bees last episode because we pitched with Chris Bassett. But yeah, they kind of fallen off. They're about 500 now after that 6-1 start. But Jason Dominguez, man, part of the game. How about a debut for him here in the majors? 2 home runs, the game-tying home run in the 7th, and the 3-run go-ahead homer when it ended up being the winning home run in the 8th. Pretty incredible story there developing with the Blue Sox, who, you know, again, right now, the expectations for them are very low. They're not going to be a great team. They are rebuilding right now, but, man, that's going to be, you know, Jason Dominguez is an absolutely critical part of their rebuild right now, and he just made a monster swing right there, couple of swings, and delivered in a big way. So you look at Chicago and their other offensive there, but Dominguez is responsible for 4 of the RBIs. Really quick glance at the pitching there. And then for Salt Lake, Ronald Acuna Jr. 2 for 4 with an RBI and a homer. And then CJ Cron also had a hit and a run or an RBI as well for Salt Lake. And these averages for them were pretty good to start the year. They've gone down pretty significantly. I don't have high expectations of this offense, really. I don't think it's all that potent. But Lucchesi, 6.2 innings, 8 hits, only 1 run allowed, 5 strikeouts, pitching pretty well to begin the year. Colette gave up 3 runs in 0.2 innings, gets the loss. Peter Fairbanks, 1.2 scoreless innings. So we go back to the calendar, and we go back to Simmons in a couple of days, and we get another huge injury. Man, some big injury updates around the league in this episode. And Jacob Stallings, he breaks his arm and is going to be out for 1 to 2 months for the Columbus Cardinals. So that leaves a hole in their catching department, and they got Thomas Nido right now listed as their catcher, but I look at their team here, and they of course got Shailene Galliers, one of the top prospects in baseball there, sitting in their farm system, and I think Shailene Galliers 54, 44 contact ratings for him. I mean, super limited sample in AAA. He's hitting well in AAA right now. A homer and 7 RBIs for him. He's 24 years old at this point. He's getting up there in age, 25 actually. And, his fielding ratings are really good. 75 fielding, 68 arm, and 72 reaction. I think the offense for him might not be all that great. His offense might need a little bit of work for him and his stats there. But I do think that, we need to call him up. I was going to, Jacob Stallings was really struggling at this point in the season. He only had 12 hits and 50 at-bats, and he suffered a bad injury last year, too. I'm looking at Jacob Stallings, and, we do have an year of arbitration for him, but he's definitely not the long-term guy at catcher for this Columbus team. And so it's only a matter of time until I called up Shailene Galliers anyway. So now an injury is going to force us to do that right now. So 12-8 to start the year is the Columbus Cardinals, and they're facing a 500 team in the San Diego Sharks right now. Shailene Galliers making his Major League debut. And there's a top 10 prospects for Columbus, who also has one of the stronger farm systems in the league right now. Nolan Gorman's number 21 in the MLB. Jordan Walker's number 36 in the MLB. Shailene Galliers number 44. James Koo was a draft pick from last year. Matt Tabor and Ryan Cusick, both pitchers in the top 100. They got James Wood, Wes Kath as well. Giancarlo Vega and Joey Weimer. I really like this team's farm system. I think Columbus has got one of the stronger farm systems in the baseball world right now, and in this league right now. They got a lot of guys to look forward to in both the infield and the outfield right now. And I think this is an important, critical year for them at the moment. I mean, can they take that next step into being a contender potentially here? I mean, you got to contend with the best team in this division still, which is the Nashville Stars, but I think that they can do it. This is a team that is definitely capable of that. Jorge Polanco drives a home run and gets a big hit right there. So Julio Urias is pitching, and I mean, he's pitching pretty well so far this year. That ERA is sitting at 4, and now we're 1-1 game in the bottom of the 5th. So Langley is flying out his first time up. Now this is a ground ball, but it's right to first base. Mancini over to the pitcher, and that's out number 1 here in the bottom of the 5th. And an 0-2 start to the season for Langoliers. So now in the top of the 6th inning with Eduardo Escobar at the plate with a man on first base. And now it's trying to steal on Shea. The throw to second base is in time. They got him. And Shailene Galliers throwing out his first would-be base stealer in his professional career. That's a good accomplishment there. And I like his defense. I mean, his defense as a catcher is very strong right now. That's going to be where most of his value is going to lie in terms of that. And we're looking at the pitchers here. Julio Urias, oh boy, bases are loaded right now all of a sudden with only 1 man out for Shailene Galliers. This is the opportunity, and this is the time to to get that first Major League knock. 1-2 to him. Here is a four-seamer that he swings and misses at. He's late on this pitch, and it's strike 3. And that is a big strikeout for Orioles and a huge missed opportunity for the rookie Langoliers right there. And the ground out, nothing happening there. Nobody scores, or they don't score in that inning, and then San Diego gets 2 runs. In the top of the 7th, another run, Mike with a home run by Mike Zunino, and then a grand slam by Dansby Swanson, and a 6-run top of the 8th. Oh my goodness. It's now 9-1. San Diego looking well on their way to a game above 500 right here, as Bunting hits and right in front of the catcher, and Langoliers will make that catch, and that'll end the top of the 9th. But yikes, Columbus's bullpen absolutely imploded on themselves there, as now Shea is going to come up in a game that's not even close at all, and in the bottom of the 9th, his last opportunity at the dish in this game. So here's the pitch, and that's a fly ball. It's hit hard and hit well, but it is right to the center fielder. Does not fall in, and that's an out. So, you know, not every MLB debut is going to include 2 home runs or even a hit. And for Shea Langoliers, his Major League debut does not result in a hit for him in this game. So that'll end the night, and San Diego goes 11-10 on the year. Columbus 12-9, dropping to just 3 games above 500 for them. But and yeah, Dansby Swanson with his 4th home run. He only has 19 RBIs this year. That's a pretty high overall RBI total there. And San Diego's offense right now has been very, very good. Polanco batting 272. We got Darren Carlson hitting really well, batting 316. And Mancini right now batting 397. He's off to a fire start right now. Julio Urias, 7 innings, 9 hits, only 1 run allowed. Really good stuff from him. Langoliers went 0 for 4 with a strikeout. Danny Duffy went 3 for 4, had the only RBI of the game for Columbus. He's batting 375 at the moment for this Columbus team. And the New England Orioles batting 293. That's pretty good stuff there. But Manoah, 6 innings, 5 hits, 1 earned run, 4 walks, and 6 strikeouts. Then the bullpen, yeah, didn't do a great job. Yusei Kikuchi gave up 3 runs, but Guerrero gave up 5 runs, 3 hits, and a walk, but none of those runs were earned. He didn't even get an out. But yeah, I guess he did give up an earned run, so you really can't blame him too much for that. But we're gonna simulate to the next day here, and we're gonna try and see if we can get Shea Langoliers his first Major League hit here in his 2nd professional game at the majors. So we're simulating through here. Michael Kopech is on the mound for the Sharks. That ERA is sitting over 6 or just above 6 now. So he is not pitched well to start the year. Nathan Eovaldi pitching right now for Columbus. That's a base hit by Carlson, man on the corners. So that's a strikeout of Dansby. That's a big out there, but Trey Mancini crushing a 3-run homer. That's a big swing, and for the 2nd game here in a row, Shea Langoliers is going to take, this is his first at-bat of the whole night, but takes it with Ohio trailing. And that's a swing and a drive by Langoliers, and that one is caught again in center. And, you know, Langoliers right now, I mean, he's hit the ball pretty well. He's made good contact with it, but nothing has fallen yet. And, you know, the reality of that is, and the hope for him, Randy Rosarena cranks a home run right there. But, yeah, what you expect is one of those swings and one of those contacts that he makes is going to land and going to fall for him at one point or some point or another here. Probably sooner rather than later at this point. But here is Langoliers now back up to the plate again. 0 for 5 on the day so far. And he's going to swing and drive that ball into the outfield. It is caught right at the wall. Man, and he blanks up against the wall for the out. That is rough. That was very nearly an extra base hit. So still a run-run game, but now it's not. Ian Happ, 2-run homer 5-2, San Diego back out in front. Now they're up by 4. Nine of the corners, 1 man out, and I was about to say, if Shea can do what he's doing so far, he will get an RBI here, and another ball hit a really long way. But again, not into the gap anywhere, not over the wall. It is an RBI though, so that's not an doesn't, excuse me, can't speak, doesn't count as an RBI. Excuse me, doesn't count as a hit or an at bat. That's what I meant to say. But it is an RBI for Shea Langoliers there. He at least gets on the board in that sense. But yeah, 9-3, another game where Columbus is getting killed, and Shea Langoliers doesn't even come up again. So he only had 3 hits and 3 at bats in that game, and is still going to be searching for his next hit as the season continues. But that is the last game of this episode for everybody here. And the Sharks now 2 games above 500, and the Cardinals are now only 1 game above 500 after these 2 games that we showcased for you. But yeah, we will continue with this series here in the future, and we will continue with the FIU Dynasty next time. We're playing Jacksonville State in the next episode of the channel that I'll bring to you guys here. And as you look at the San Diego line score, you got Polanco with 7 doubles already. Mancini has his 2nd home run. Zunino had his 3rd home run. Ian Happ has 6 home runs already. That's pretty impressive. 14 RBIs. Mancini's got 11. Tomas has got 12 already, and he's batting .318 to start the year. Michael Kopech, 6.1 innings, 7 hits, 3 runs, 1 walk, 7 strikeouts. Allowed Jorge Alcala 2.2 scoreless innings. Columbus, Shea Langoliers 0 for 2 and RBI. 4 for 4 was Gleyber Torres in this one. Home run by Randy Arozarena. His 3rd of the season. He's got 9 RBIs now on the year. And 247 average. But yeah, so we'll continue with that series, the FIU rebuild here next week. Now, it is Thanksgiving. It is the holiday season and that time of year. And I do want to tell you guys I am flying back home to Colorado as you look at the line for the Columbus pitching staff here. But I am flying back home to Colorado on Friday. That's when I'll be leaving to go back home. So I will have some stuff. From games that I recorded in the past. So there will still be episodes coming out during that Thanksgiving week. At least 1 or 2 episodes I'll come out with during that week. But yeah, I will be with my family, and I will be a little bit busy with family events and stuff like that this next week. But yeah, I hope everybody has safe travels as they travel back to wherever they're going to go for Thanksgiving, if you guys are traveling for that holiday there. And I hope everybody has a great Thanksgiving dinner with their family, great food, and just a lot to be thankful for at this time of year, of course. So thank you guys so much for watching this episode here. We'll be back with this series in a bit, and we'll be back on this YouTube channel before you know it. Subscribe to the channel if you want to see more from me, and you want to keep up to date with what this channel is doing and what it's up to. And I will see you guys in the next episode. Have a great Thanksgiving and have a great weekend, everybody. God bless.